Hello, I am Ben,
And I'm Bradley.
and we are AS Media students from the Billericay School, and this is our green screen project evaluation on what we have learnt throughout the process of making our opening sequence.
For the purpose of this evaluation, I will be working the camera and editing software that will come after.
During this process, we had to create an opening sequence within our chosen genre of thriller. We have learnt a great deal through this process of making an opening sequence, and due to the resources and software we had to our advantage means that we have a wide knowledge of the filmmaking process. When we were given this task, we had to do a wide range of research, which consisted of 15 opening sequences, 5 of which had to be directly linked to our chosen genre. This benefited us as we could get an insight into how an opening sequence is constructed, how it should resonate to an audience, and how it should look overall. Bradley and me, whilst planning, came up with a PowerPoint which outlined what we would both want the opening sequence to look like. This process didn't take long as we agreed on most of the choices put forward. The slides of the PowerPoint were focused on the genre we wanted the narrative to be. During the planning process, we also created a storyboard and a shot list which ultimately helped us a lot during the filming, as we could easily see the shots that we needed. When it came to filming, we were very lucky to have obtained the Canon 70D camera, which in our opinion, this has widely enhanced the look of our opening sequence. When filming, we encountered areas of the location that were hard to film in as it was dark. To overcome this obstacle, we simply used the Neewer CN160 light. This added a professional look to the opening sequence. Whilst filming, we also kept a film diary on our Tumblr blogs, in which we evaluated the filming that took place during the filming process. Also on our Tumblr blogs, we had some posts of feedback which the teachers gave us to help our opening sequence progress and be of better quality. With the camera being on 1.4 aperture, it was allowing us to create a great depth of field. This brought the attention to what was in focus, Tom Goodman, our actor. Once we finished our opening sequence, we watched it back and we both felt extremely proud in what we have done, as the opening sequence was of a high standard. We felt the titles of the opening sequence worked extremely well in the footage we used, and it ultimately showed the audience what we wanted them to see. This process taught us a lot in micro elements such as the software and how to use the camera. The skills we acquired during this process were diverse as we learned how to use the camera, such as focus and the skill of filming in black and white. We also learnt skills such as match on action and how we went about filming this. We also learnt mise-en-scene was important and how this would affect our film. One other skill we learned was the types of shots such as high angle and low angle shots. Using the software of iMovie, we decided that it would be better because it has things that Final Cut didn't. The software allowed us to have inbuilt titles and transitions. This ultimately added to the professionalism of the opening sequence. These skills were extremely useful in our process of editing. We also learnt a lot about macro elements such as convergence, which is the coming together of technology. An example of this would be Netflix, where you can watch old films and new ones on a mobile device. Another macro element we have learnt about is democratisation. The democratisation of the film industry has allowed almost anyone to create a film easily, but that doesn't mean that it will be any good. When filming, we have a real knowledge of the film industry and the filmmaking side of it. The numbers of bad films are increasing because of this newfound democratisation. One film we watched during this process was the documentary Side by Side. This documentary discussed the ways of capturing a movie with either film or digital. Obviously, when filming, we used a digital camera. The film was really interesting as it followed some big Hollywood directors and some other independent filmmakers and showed their opinions on digital and film. In conclusion, filming our opening sequence has shown us the process of filmmaking, such as how to film, how to edit, and this has given us an insight into the industry itself. We have thoroughly enjoyed this process, and we have gained a lot of knowledge from this, and we feel we can use this knowledge later on in life.